Hey everybody, welcome to Athena After Dark. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and a great holiday spent with family and friends doing wonderful things and enjoying life. That's what's important. Of course, we're here. Athena After Dark is presented by Vagabond Chopper. And shout outs to everybody who was watching last week. I'm getting all my comments together to get all the sources to come in. So Chris Summer Simmons, Ivy, everyone who was commenting that I didn't shout out to you. I'm getting there. So I love you all very much, and thanks everybody for definitely watching and tuning in. We have a great guest tonight, Mr. Barry Wardlaw. I'm super excited about that. We lost him. Hopefully, he gets his connection back before it's time to be done with this stuff. But a couple small changes as we're going along. We're adding, of course, taking away, finding out what works best for us. The booby subject was a good thing last week. I got a lot of feedback from that. Lots of feedback. And Chris Summer Simmons believes in booby water, so I'm happy about that. All right. We're going to talk about upcoming show. I mentioned it last week, and Cycle Showcase in St. Louis, Missouri, February 12th and 13th. That's Randy's show, and it's fantastic. Hi, Tim. Tim Whitehead is already tuning in. Gotta love it. All right. Yeah, we're going to try and get Randy on the show sometime, too. He puts on just a crazy exhibit. He did the smoke out. He's very talented. He has cool eclectic lighting and all that stuff. So it's very, very good and very exciting. All right. So fan 5 good things tonight. We are going to do some shout outs. Let me put my earbud in so that when Barry does come in, I can hear him. All right. Yeah. So we're going to do some shout outs tonight. Oh, Brian and Jerry, Pollock and Jerry. Hello. I love you all very much. And shout out to them in Columbus, Georgia. All right. So, fan 5 good things. This week is Mona from Crystal River, Florida. She says that she just started riding after watching all the stuff we did on Chicks on 66. So, good for you. And give us a shout out. Anything we can do to keep you motivated. If you have questions about how to maneuver your motorcycle and things like that, it's fantastic. Kevin Baxter, hi. All right. And we have Mindy. Mindy is from Salt Lake City, Utah. Mindy is excited about getting the opportunity to go to Sturgis this year. It's going to be her first year, her first real road trip. So, Mindy will be in Sturgis. Please definitely come and see us. Check out the Cyclosaurus crew and whatever. And then let's see. We have Tommy from Hot Springs. Hot Springs. That's what I got. Hot Springs up there. There's a lot of hot springs. I must have missed the state. So Tommy is just graduated high school, and for graduation, he got a new motorcycle. New to him, used. It was a family member's. Very cool. Probably a Sportster, right? I know you didn't send me a picture. So those are our fan 5 good things, even though there's 3 of them today. We got to 5, but we want to save some time because tonight's guest is going to be exciting. And everybody else, I'll add 2 more next week, so we'll have 7 good things, not just 5. Hi, Sandra. Thanks for watching. All right. So this week, and I'm going to hurry through this because, again, we have a fantastic time ahead of us. All right. This week, we have Cultural Corner is Charlie Musselwhite. And Thing One is going to go ahead and hook us up. Okay. So Juke Joint Chapel. That's one of my favorite Charlie Musselwhite albums. If anyone's not familiar with Charlie Musselwhite was actually, there he is right there. Thing One's scrolling for me. I put all the pictures in backwards, so bear with us for a minute. Charlie Musselwhite, handsome man. Yeah, that one right there. All right. So he is a fantastic blues musician, okay? And he helped revive the Chicago scene in the 60s. Dan Aykroyd is actually charactered in the Blues Brothers after Charlie Musselwhite. So it's super cool. He also played my dad in the movie Rough Boys, and I was blessed to get to meet him, spend time with him. I've been to some of his concerts. I got to see him in Mavis Staple. It was incredible. He is the blues harmonica player and band leader, and they refer to him as one of the white bluesmen who came into the prominence for the, reviving the Chicago scene in the 60s, but color has nothing to do with the talent in any regard with music or anything that you do. So everybody needs to just keep that in mind. We're going to have So much fun. We're going to get him on the show one of these days too. And our guest tonight will talk about some of that. All right. So next we have our product pick of the week. This is a good one. This is one of my favorites. So here we go. 40 steel wool, not the number 40, but 0000 steel wool. We live in Florida, and everything in Florida have autofocus cameras. So I'm going to do if I can get everybody to see the nice pit starting on all of this because of the salt air. So this is chrome. And I know a lot of people wouldn't believe you can take this 40, and it tells you right down here 0000. There's different grades. It says abrasive on the bag. However, this piece here is a miracle worker. Okay, and if you just do it, and I know this is something to be doing on camera. However, I just want to show everybody that you can put this steel wool on your chrome and make it almost new again. Now, when the chrome's flaking off, you can't really do this, but I mean, look at that. I'm already shining it up, and you can see the one side's pitted over there still, and then it shines. It's crazy incredible how all this stuff works, but you can do it. It does remove rust, and it is one of my favorite things in the world. I love to put on the music and start detailing a motorcycle and make it new again. Everybody's like, how did you do that? I did it with 40 steel wool. And again, like I said, it is amazing. Yep. Yeah, see, that's not just a chick thing, but you guys should get it and try it. That is my product pick of the week. Something you can use, something that works good. And that one, yes, is made in America. So I'm very happy about that. You know, I love a product made in America. We all benefit from it. If we keep it here and do as much as we can, we're the ones that reap the rewards. All right. So our community corner this week is the Toys in the Sun Run. This is our local toy run. It does a world of benefit for all the kids. Again, if you guys are snowed in and I can't help you, it's this Sunday. The following week is the Palm Beach Toy Run, which is Bill's Bikes. It's fantastic too. This is our local one. This is run by a lot of the organizations here in South Florida. Ends up at Rick Case dealership. And again, even though you can't be at our toy run, it is the holiday season. So please donate to Toys for Tots. Any box that you see, any dealership, any run that you could participate in, find the place where the Marines go and they collect the toys. It's always awesome. I love to go and salute because they're so dapper in their uniforms and the service they provide to our country. I'm just in awe. Again, as we talk about all the time, it's all about saying thanks to our service members. It takes a very little time and they feel very honored that we pay attention and we notice them. So celebrate them every chance you can. All right, so this is the good stuff. Now, I'm going to bring in my guest here in a minute. How everybody knows, though, I like to put up pictures first. So this man, who is very close to my heart, Mr. Barry Wardlaw, that's the picture that we did in the announcement with him and Miss Molly on the bike. And that's the one you just had there on the green bike there. Him and the dog. This one. There you go. Hey, oh, wait. Hey. That's him and the dog in the 70s. That's even better. I like that. There's another one with Miss Molly. Thing one is enamored that Miss Molly gets ice cream. We'll get to that, but that one, yeah, that's this. Yep. Okay. So I just had it. You did you? I wasn't looking at the screen. Never mind. Too much fun on a Monday. We're expecting it. As you can see, I'm extremely tired. I still have bags under my eyes, but it's all in the book. At some point, the book will come out. Okay, so this is Barry. And Molly, the motorcycle dog. She's a wonder dog. I swear to God, this dog, she rocked the chase. I'll let him tell you all about it. But that's not his first motorcycling dog. Barry has always had dogs on motorcycles. So, I mean, and you can tell a lot about a man by the way he treats his dog and his mom and a lot of other things. So that's very good. Then, of course, there's this hot rod chick, my best friend, Miss Vivian. That's them. Look at that. I think they call it that's a 6 point, I think. I don't know. Not much about deer. I know it tastes good when they cook it. So I'm all happy about that. Now, Barry does a show on YouTube, Shop Dope with Barry, and it's up there on the screen where you can see it. And they are eventually, once we bring them in, going to come to us live from Accurate Engineering headquarters. Thing One's having fun with the pictures over there, so I'm ass backwards with all this stuff tonight. Okay, so go back that way. Thing One, there you go. No to the berry pictures. Yeah, okay, we'll go. I really messed that up for you, didn't I? Okay, wait. Okay, stop right there. Okay, so this is Racing with Barry, 5-ball racing, which is Bandit. Someday I'm gonna get him on the show. That's Bandit's son, and that's Barry's very, very, very good, super close friend. His sidekick most of the time, Dana Peters, which is going to be on the show. He already said he would, so I'm excited about that. Okay, and then another good crew shot of Barry, and the guys. He makes it around the world. Like there's Billy, and there's Rod, and who's that standing next to him? Boy, my eyeballs are getting bad. There's Dana in the middle, Barry on the end. This berry hair. I love it. And then here's Miss Molly. She's getting ice cream. We love that. He treats the dog so good. She's so special. Look at her. She is awesome, Miss Molly. And he also has Sprocket the cat and Hannibal the rattlesnake, which is, if you've ever seen his rattlesnake in action, boy, when he's hungry, Miss Felicia got footage of that. That was pretty crazy. Definitely not something I'd want to come up against. However, if you watch Yellowstone, in season 3, there's a rattlesnake and an igloo cooler scene that you must watch for sure. You'll never think about igloo coolers and fishing the same ever again. All right, the next photo here is Charlie Bretchel, Barry, Dennis Sanfilippo. I'm not sure who that is. Nikki Boots is on the end. I'm not sure who that is standing next to him. Not Rick Fairless. It's somebody else really cool, I'm sure. Nikki Boots, we miss him, and Charlie Bretchel, very close to our heart. They're not here with us anymore, but they're always here with us in spirit. All right, and the next one is Mr. Barry Wardlaw. Now, this is Racing with Barry. This is him inspiring young children. This young man was at the races when Rocky, I believe it was Truett and Osborne, 50th anniversary, and Rocky won. And this is what Barry does. He does this with all the kids. He inspires them. He shows them what's going on, so they're ready to be our future motorcycle riders and racers. I love that. And then the next shot is the guys at the races after. Now that's Tony Pan. There's Barry. He's always the card, and Rocky, and the gentleman standing next to him. Yes, Mr. Baxter says Barry's shop is a museum, one of the most eclectic places I've ever been. So much history. That is no lie. If you are ever in Dothan, Alabama, you need to make sure that you stop by and see Barry and Miss Vivian and the crew there, along with all the critters, for sure. Okay, and then our next photo, well, this one's very close to my heart, too. This is us when we were in Rough Boys movie. Yep, that's me, where I had enough makeup on, you could see the bags under my eyes. I was just kidding. We actually got some rest and had some fun there, so that was fun, and that's Charlie Bretchel, Barry, me, and Dave Nichols. And then the last photo that I love, this is recently a new addition to our motorcycle community, and Barry's godson, and that is Jennings Scott Lane, is named after Barry's son Jennings. So this was a great week to see this come along, and I'm sure he's going to love to talk about it. It made me, I had tears in my eyes. I'm just so ecstatic about that. Congratulations to Miss Erin and Billy and the whole family there. And now the fun stuff. We get to bring in, of course, one of our closest friends, Barry Wardlaw from Accurate Engineering. And here he comes. Yay! Barry!
Are we here?
We are here. We are live in person.
Would you like a grape?
I would like a grape. I would like it in a glass,
baby.
though.
You just get that grape.
No, I love it. I love you. How have you been? Everything good?
Good. It's excellent.
Good.
Let's go over some of those pictures. I got to tell you. The picture where I'm on the old motorcycle, that was a 72. That was my first swing arm motorcycle. And the dog on there is a dog named Wendy. Crazy story how I got in with Wendy. But a dear friend of mine, huge friend of mine, Vivian met him 26 years later, died 2 days ago. And that we're in his driveway right there. I'm leaving. And let me tell you what they did. These people did not have a lot. They did not have a lot. They lived in an adobe home. I helped them make some bricks for fun. The home was already built. We made tortillas on the Camel. I mean, unbelievable. They took me in and I had been using an Arkansas credit card. I'd been liberating fuel. I don't steal, but when you liberate for a reason, it's you're conscious. You can live with it. So when I go to leave, this is so funny. They put me up the first night, and I'm asleep with my dog on the couch, and this lady speaking Spanish, I couldn't understand it all, was whipping me with a pillow, whack, 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 just beating the hell out of me. And I wake up, and all the families come right in there. I can't understand anything any of them are saying, all speaking Spanish. And what happened was, she took exception to this white boy and his dog sleeping on this couch. So they had to move me to another room. And I ended up with this great guy in this room of this great guy who's an artist. He's a friend of mine till today. And that was his father. The man I'm speaking of is Lencho Lasoya. And when I went to leave, they made tortillas. They made tortillas for Wendy, and then made tortillas for me. And they said, Lencho said, now, and Cindy, his wife, lovely wife, they said, and they roll them thick in foil. And they said, what you do when you're hungry, I want you to take one of these burritos and you stick it between your cylinders, ride 30 minutes, pull over, which I learned not to pull over, just reach down there and do it. Roll it over, ride 15 minutes, pull over, warm meal. And they made them for Wendy. They didn't have peppers in them. And we ate those things, oh man, for so long. But he passed away the other day. But when we went to leave, he didn't know this about me. He didn't know that we were running on flat on empty, man. We had 16. I was working, you know where I was working? With Rogue in Melbourne. And I was having to get back there. And I went to Bonneville to watch this Streamliner, 89. So he shakes my hand and he whispers in my ear, thank you for visiting us. And I could feel it in my hand. I could feel something. So I just discreetly put it in my front right pocket. It was a $20 bill, and these people didn't have $20. And that's just the kind of cat he was. And 26 years later, Rod Balch, Vivian, and another dog, Molly, and they said, is that still Wendy? I said, that dog will be 30 years old. And when I left, I shook his hand, and he felt it, and I whispered in his ear, thank you for the visit.
Oh, that's so
and he's
awesome.
Gone. He died day before yesterday. And we don't all get to heaven, but that son of a gun did. Lencho Lasoya, Artesia, New Mexico.
And it's always hard to lose good friends, but it's a blessing to have them in your life. That's one of the joys, that when you don't have much, you have that. You know you're rich and wealthy beyond all means, for sure.
That's what helps you get over the loss, you know, with when that's over, when the clutter of the grieving is over, that's what you get. And he had a good ride, and he was a good soul. He was actually just a damn good person, and he was a motorcycle rider.
That's awesome. And I will say an extra prayer for him tonight. So I wanted to talk to you real quick before we get into questions and all that stuff. Charlie Musselwhite, he was my cultural corner. I briefly told people about the fact that, of course, Dan Aykroyd's character was made after Charlie, because he does carry the briefcase with, I imagine there's a handcuff tucked in there somewhere. But we were on the movie Rough Boys set. We did it in your shop. We did it actually all over the country, California, Dallas. And we were fortunate because we got private concert between him and Benny Turner. They hadn't played together. They had been in blues music for over 60 years and never played together. And we all got to watch it on the porch of the house where you brought us to film for Rough Boys, for the right settings and the scenes. Now, he was my dad in the movie. You were one of the characters that was like my brother and, the guys that I was around. But you got something really special when Charlie was there with you, because, it brought me to tears. Would you tell our guests all about that experience? Because that's a fantastic one.
You talking about my Charlie Musselwhite smooch?
Oh, yes. Yes. Tell me you have it there and you're going to bring it out.
Well, we went over to Texas a few weeks ago, Molly and I, and Dana Peters took Vivian's 54 Panhead over there, and she won the show and wasn't even there. Figure that out.
Yeah, I love it.
And so I took what you're talking about over there, and I left it with Rod Balch. So it's not here.
Okay. And it is.
Shit, come on, girl.
I knew
That's
better.
A sidle. That's a sidle harmonica.
And I watched you guys. He engraved it while we were there. He
Oh
engraved
yeah,
it for you.
he
Look
engraved
at
it.
that.
And let me pull my spectacles down here, and it says, "Ooh, to my dear friend Barry, Charlie Musselwhite," and it would be, I guess, in the key of A, the
In
other
the key
A,
of A.
not the
Yes,
B.
I like that. I like
Yep,
that.
yep. What it was, we were standing. Remember, we were standing by the toolbox, and I said, "Charlie, what do you do with your old harmonicas?" And he said, "You want this one, Barry?" I never do. And he said, "Do you have an engraver?" And there was one laying right here on top of my
Right there.
toolbox where I sign flywheels. I do weird stuff inside
Hmm.
of people's motors. Like leave messages
Right.
and stuff. And he took it and he engraved it. And there it is. And then I
That is
played it
so
for
cool.
him. You've seen the picture.
I did. I saw the picture.
Oh
I
yeah.
was there when they took the picture. It was pretty
You know,
funny.
you said your cultural mentionings topics were Charlie Moses. What was it last week? What was it last time?
Benny Turner, his book.
That doggone Benny. That doggone Benny. Look at that. What
Yes.
the hell?
And next week I'll
Woo!
show up, but I have the picture of me and Benny and Charlie on the porch. And I'm just like, you can see I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm like, oh my.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
too hot, guys.
is that nuts? What an opportunity we had, and all of that happened because of Charlie for years. I mean, when I met him in '04, all it was just, man, a tumbleweed connection all over freaking America with him. And I heard earlier today, not to bring up anything bad, but might want to do a little prayer or whatever you do, some vibes, because Dennis isn't doing very well right now.
Oh,
He's a tad under the weather, and I just heard that today and thought I would mention. Don't know if I should or not, but I just did. But
well,
yep, but
we're going to
but those
send love
opportunities
his
that
way.
we had because of all of that and these people we met. I was recently up in Clarksdale, Mississippi, coming back from the 50th anniversary of the Truett and Osborne drag races. Man, I could talk all night about that. And
Let's
and
hear
then
it.
I mentioned, and I went over to a barbecue shack there at the crossroads, and I posted on Facebook, and Charlie saw it, and he scolded me pretty good for not stopping to see him. But I
Oh,
had to get back. I had to get back quick. Miss Vivian was a hankering for me, and it was raining. So there
and
you
it
go.
was raining. But you guys
I'll be
raced.
back.
Rocky
I'm going
won.
back. I'm going back.
Rocky
He's
won
up.
the race
Charlie's up
there.
for another Grammy.
I know you said that. I gotta look that
Mississippi
up.
Sun. Mississippi Sun. Yeah,
Mississippi
new
Sun, and
album.
I'm gonna send him a text message later and ask him if he'll be on the show. I could not.
He'll do it.
I could. I know he will. He's just so awesome. Him and Miss Henry, she's like the bomb. He actually, when he was here, the end of 2019, 20, yeah, somewhere around there, he sent me a text message. He said, "Meet me in Miami," and I said, "Okay." So Donnie and I went down, and he was playing with Mavis Staple, and she calls him her road
What?
husband. Oh, I could not tell you.
I don't know nothing about what you. I hadn't heard anything about this.
Mavis Staple, the Staple sisters,
Oh, I get
they
it.
were they were playing at the Jackie Gleason Theater, and he's like, "Come down, I got tickets for you. Come to the concert." So we went backstage. They fed us all this food.
Did
She
you
is
hear
a
this?
she's a hoot. Mavis Staple is a hoot. She is like, "That's my road husband. I don't care if he's white. That's my road husband." I was like, "Oh my god," she said that. She's like, "I say whatever I want." She get a chair. She's like, "I got to sit down. My road
Yeah.
husband needs to come out here and rub my feet." And Miss Henry's in the back, and she's laughing. That's Charlie's. For other people, that's Mr. Musselwhite's better half, and she is awesome. I love Miss Henry. She's so cool. But
Henry?
it was the best. Yeah, it was the best show I've ever seen. I swear, I couldn't. It gives me goosebumps just talking about. But it was so off the cuff, like just instant. He called me up. He's like, "Okay, let's go. Come on." I was like, "Okay." And we went, put on a little dress, went down. He was all dressed up, and it was like a private show. The whole theater holds like 1,000 people. I was like, and it was full. It was full. Everybody was dancing. It was really cool. So that was fun.
I might have to
And
throw
then
him for some doggone tickets.
yeah, anytime there's a show around, like now too, especially we want to do that. So okay, Are you ready for hunting season? I saw you were getting ready, and I know Miss Vivian, you like to go and get all the stuff so that you can cook it up because you have quite a palate. You definitely have it going on.
Getting ready for what season?
Yeah, that deer season, hunting
Oh
season.
yeah. Oh, I've
Oh
already
yeah.
been. Already been. But I didn't shoot anything because I didn't want to disturb everything before Vivian gets out there and tries to get me. But, you know, she has to be very selective what she takes because if she outguns me, it's a hell of a walk back to town. That's all I can say.
I love it. I love it. No whining going on there, none whatsoever. I'm sure. Okay, so what else is going on with you? Before we get into questions, I want to hear all the good stuff. Shop Dope. Tell me about Shop Dope. I see that knucklehead sitting behind you, and I know somewhere in there, Barry has a YouTube channel and Shop Dope with Barry, and he does the shows. Tell us a little bit about what's coming up for that.
I haven't done a dead gum Shop Dope in almost 2 years, year and a half. Vivian does my editing for me. Well, here's what happened. During the scamdemic, yes, I pronounced that correctly, it was so difficult to get customers work out because of plating and whatnot. We ran, it was just nuts throughout the industry. But I had a lot of engines to get out. And so I quit doing, if I would to film doing the customer's engines, it would take so much longer to do it and then edit it. It was just too much. So I just stopped. I have enough great, really fun projects to do to fill Shop Dope for quite a while. So I'm down right now to 2 engines, and they're both almost finished. And one of them is Ken Parker. He's been waiting a long time. It's a cool motor, dual carbureted, aluminum cylinder, panhead, aluminum cylinders, cast aluminum cylinders and stuff. And I'm taking pictures of a lot of that on the way. And the other one is dadgum Wayne Pollock, champion top fuel rider for Ray Price. I'm doing his 1956 panhead, the year of my birth. And so then when that's done, this little knucklehead behind me, it's a 47. Vivian and I went and picked it up. It was a put together motorcycle. It's on a panhead frame, got some panhead parts on it and stuff. So what we're going to do when Shop Dope starts back up, probably, what do you think, Vivian? January, February, sometime up there. We're going to film disassemblies, tools we use, techniques we use, the whole process. Going in, we're going to have to do a little bit of a cast iron welding, whatever it takes. And we're going to just show all of that. We're going to show what it really takes because these guys that can do them in a week, I don't think so. But you know what? I will invite them on here. Come on to my show. Come rebuild one of these things in a week. I'm ready. I'll give you 2 weeks. I'll give you a motor. I want to see you build it in 2 weeks. Yeah, come on in. You're going to get some chatter over that one. So okay. These things are so involved. You never know what the heck you're going to run into on these things. You know that.
Oh, yes.
With that being said, so we're going to document all that. But on the floor right here behind me is a doggone 1946 FL Knucklehead. And I got to show you the title to it. I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
It's right here in front of me. And so we're doing the same thing with it. But what happened way back in the day, we used to groove the flywheels to hold oil. And then we practiced this in the lathe one time, put it in a bread pan, ran it through there, about 45 RPM, and just watched what oil did. And it made more sense. You know, when we think of things, especially in the engines, we think of it in the terms that we can visualize it or process it. Well, I put a hole inside of a Delcron case one time, and we put plexiglass there just to watch the inside. And it's a little bit more chaotic than going, whoom, whoom. It's freaking nuts in there. So the grooves didn't help. But this motor had polished flywheels, polished connecting rods, and 2 grooves, and the guy signed it. And I sign flywheels. I write notes on flywheels. You know about that.
Right.
Me. I've done some good stuff with people. Never negative. Never negativity. And so they signed it. So the crankcases had been polished. Some modifications had been done back in the period, 60s and 70s. And so that motor, the 47 behind me, is going to be restored, properly restored. The 46 is going to be restored like a chopper. What that's going to cost even more because it had chrome plating on it. And we're doing it back that way. And then we're going to sell these things. But I got to read you this title. And let me tell you the date on it. Man, can I say the name of this cat? I looked this guy up. He's 93 years old, and he still lives in Big Stone Gap, Virginia. I'm telling you. I'm holding the paper right here. Don't look at that. 1 year after, well, it was 2 years after Omaha Beach, Normandy, June 6, 1946. And it was sold in Big Stone Gap, Virginia. And this is the title. And we turned it over to the bill of sale. Never been retitled, never been re-registered. In the county of Perry. You're going to love this. I'm not going to say the lady's name who was, but it says the purchaser's name. And his occupation is that of a schoolboy. Schoolboy.
Oh, look at that.
That is a beautiful thing. Somebody paid $501.92 for this motorcycle, this FL, this 46 FL. And it wasn't no damn schoolboy. But at the bottom, it has the notary, and it has his name, and it says vendor's occupation is that of schoolboy.
Oh my God!
I hate to give the title up with the motor school. That's the greatest title I've ever seen.
That is an incredible title.
But that's the direction. I think that's the direction I'm heading in, to restore or do these engines. Everybody gets to see it. We run it on the engine test stand, and we're putting the new dyno up. We're putting the dyno pump back on the test stand I got from MSD. And so we're going to take everybody through the whole process. You see it. You wait, whatever you're buying or whatever you're bidding on, whatever it is, you're going to see everything about it. And of course, there'll be a warranty with it and everything. But that's kind of cool because you get to go along with the process. But I won't take deposits on them. Can't buy it before it's done. Not going to do it. I don't want the pressure of that anymore. I just want to do it. And then, wait. What? Stay right here. Don't go anywhere. I'm bringing you a grape.
Okay. Love this man. I love this man.
And then we're going to do a crocker. And we're going to make the craziest crocker you ever seen. And I polished the crankcases, and I bet they're swearing at me right now. Man, you know how they get so upset.
Yeah, well. That is gorgeous.
Kind of messy, really. But
that's okay. I understand the beauty in it.
But those are just a few of the things that'll be on Shop Dope with Barry. And we're taking a couple trips. Vivi and I are taking a couple trips. And we're going to do that on Shop Dope and stuff like that. So, yeah. And Tony, Nino, you know.
Yes. And Tony's going to be a guest also. Dana said he would be a guest. Rogue is going to be a guest.
You better watch him. I'd watch out.
Oh, I love it. I'm excited about that.
Oh, man.
I know he's going to goose me through the camera. I'm not even worried about it. A nice little slap on the butt. I love it. I love him. I love Rogue. He's part of you and him and Miss Vivian. I mean, I have pictures of him from the magazine of him taking pictures of half-naked girls before his hair was white. Like,
oh yeah, I used to work with him before.
Forever.
Yeah, Vivian knew him since she was 17.
I do know that, and that's funny because
and she worked with him in Florida before she went to Houston.
Right, she went. She was doing the parts and all that stuff. Okay, Rough Boys Biker Movie says, "Hey Barry, hey Athena, love and prayers for Mr. Lucky." So, yeah, we definitely want to shout out some love and prayers for Dennis. We definitely appreciate him. Him and Charlie Bretchel brought us and a lot of good people together, and we're both fortunate for the people that we've met through that connection for sure.
That was the team.
I tell everybody. Everybody says, "Oh, what do you mean?" I used to call it. Well, I call Charlie a GMF, and people are like, "What?" I say he's a GMF magnet, and they're like, "What does that mean?" I'm like, "He's a good motherfucker magnet. He brings all of them together, and they do whatever they're gonna do, and he just enjoys it. He'll film some, he'll sing about some. He's got a song for everything. I definitely miss him.
I do. Remember when he wanted to fight me because I took everybody through the curb so fast? He got so damn. No, you were at the hospital. You didn't even see it.
I was at the hospital. Yeah.
Man, he went off the schoolboy on me, and I said, "Well, we just have to do this for some reason." And here's what it was: the Indian he was riding read in kilometers. And he thought we were going in that corner at 38 miles an hour. That's the whole damn thing.
Goodness.
Now, there is a deal. What's the show, Athena, Chopper World that he used to do? Chopper, what was it? He used to, Chopper Town. Have you seen the interview with me and Rockstone?
Yeah.
And have you seen that?
That is an incredible interview. There is nothing like that.
And that was all off the cuff. We didn't know anything. And that's when he talks about. Hell, he got so mad at me, he didn't realize. And he looks over at Rocky and goes, "Yeah, wait. How fast are we going now?" Rocky goes, Charlie, we're going 68 miles an hour. Charlie.
Oh, yeah, because it was in kilometers.
Out at 100.
Yeah, he thought he was doing 100 miles an hour. So funny. And you do a really good Rocky imitation. I like that. You've been around him enough to, yeah.
I'm trying to get his ringtone. I'm trying to get his ringtone on my phone when he calls me Barry. and when he says it, I crack up. I see that it's Rocky on the phone. As soon as I hear Barry, I just crack up. What's up, bro?
I love him. Him and Miss Shane, they're just fantastic people. And I saw him in Sturgis at the Baker Drags, and it was cool. It was neat. Him and Walter were there, and the Robbie DeFazio was there. So, and he's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Don't you even know who I am?" And he had this baseball hat on, but he had these big glasses on. I never seen him with glass before. He took his hat and his glass off. I'm like, "Robbie, what's up?" He was incognito. It was pretty funny. And you go racing all the time with them. So I know any chance you can, you'll show up. But I'm excited for you guys that you get to work on your projects finally. Because a lot of people who are watching know you're legendary in our industry because everybody who wanted, come on now, motors galore. But finally, you guys are going to take some time for you guys now after decades and decades and decades of doing this professionally. You're going to actually go out and enjoy some of like you guys are going to go over to Italy, right? You and Tony Pan and Miss Vivian and who else is going with you?
Dana's
going?
Yep, I'm gonna drag him. I'm gonna grab him by his little hairs, drag him over there, and he's gonna ride a 41 flathead. I'm gonna take the 39. Nino's gonna take his handhead, and Vivian's taking her 54. But here's the deal. We're going to start in Scotland because my family, my mother was big in genealogy, big in the DAR, Dogs of American Revolution, all that stuff. Our family, both sides of the family, the Wardlaws and the Bradfords, they came in South Carolina back in the late 1600s. And you can't guess that stuff. These people have to document it. It's the real deal. My mother worked her entire life at this. And then she went across the pond. And she found us. She was better at tracing the Wardlaws than she was with her line, which was the Bradfords, and she always wanted to make the connection with William Bradford to the Mayflower. Couldn't do it.
Okay.
But anyway, so we're going to start and we're getting in touch with old family members through genealogy and things like that. And Vivian was born in England. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's why we don't have ice in our house.
Oh my goodness! You're in a world of shit. I can't even.
So anyway, she's throwing things at me.
Oh yeah, like anything she can pick up.
But she had, her uncle was over there. He's gone. But remember, her uncle came here for her biker build off.
Right. Yes.
I brought him over here.
You did. I remember that.
I secretly did it.
You do a lot of secretly.
Her brother and her mom. But Nino's family, Nino's only been, he's like hardly even born here. Nino probably has a green card. That's how new he is. And
he's gonna bust it.
He's not even Italian, man. He's Sicilian. You call him Italian, man. He'll whoop on you. He's Sicilian. So
right. That matters.
From Scotland to Sicily, and right or wrong, that doesn't matter. We're just going to do it. It doesn't matter. And we're just trying to meet people, though. And I've already had people, when I posted the deal on there the other day, using the old Grateful Europe 72 album cover, which I'm stealing.
I love it.
We've already had people contact us. You can stay with us. You can stay with us.
Yeah,
And so, and we're doing it. They're going, man, that's over a year away. That year will pass like that. And we're going to need every bit of it. Get the bikes ready, get the transportation there and back ready. And then, where we want to go and whatnot.
I love it. That's fantastic. I have family in Sicily, so I'm definitely some of my cousins. I'm going to make sure.
Maybe you should fly over there while we're there.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, I might not come back if I do that. I can imagine myself just getting an old motorcycle and riding around there and just staying. I don't know. There's something about pasta, not locking your door, drinking a lot of wine. There's riding your motorcycle a lot.
I might not come back.
I'm worried. You're taking Tony Pan with you. He's gonna be the bad influence. He might be like, "Let's stay a month. Let's stay 2."
He is bad influence. I'm always having to square him up.
I know. Oh, I know.
I took him to or met him. He flew in there. We went to the 50th anniversary. Is this the nuts? The 50th anniversary of the Truett Osmond Racing, and I've been wanting to go since '78 or '79, literally. And I never did. It's 3 weeks after Sturgis, so you go to Sturgis, you can't make it, or it's too far to go back, and it's in the middle of Kansas. That's just not easy to get to for some reason.
But this year you couldn't pass it up because you got a personal invite. I saw
Scott Truett,
actual
blooming Scott Truett, and he was put up
to a letter,
and he was put up to that by Jackpot, president of 13 Rebels. Yeah, man, I found out all they was in cahoots. But and we got over there, and I had been Doc Flynn and I had been machining this carburetor, welding on this carburetor, doing all this kind of stuff for Rocky, and we take it over there, and we win the damn race.
Oh, I know. I watched it.
And we win the blooming. It was like, and Red Roberts, my friend for so many years, but my friend, he didn't even remember me, but I've known him since 1976,
right?
And he won, but we're in touch. We're in touch right now. He messaged me today about the little 1934 VLD sprint car that we're going to be doing.
The sprint car, yeah. I don't know. Do we have a picture in there of that? I don't know if
Hey,
hold on. I want to look and see. I might have a picture of that because I know I had a picture.
Hey, darling. We can make a lap. We can make a lap around the shop.
You're so funny. I want you to answer the questions.
Hit me.
I'm excited to hear the answers. Okay, so
let's see. Let me see. Panties for number 1, Alex.
So stop. No. Okay, before we start with the questions, though, you are a godfather. You are officially a godfather.
Not yet. Nope. They hadn't asked. It's not anything like that. Nope.
Oh, you're gonna be a godfather.
No, it is. When man, I wish I could say everything I want to say on here because it's crazy funny, but some things you just can't say. Crazy. Yeah, I'll tell you in person though.
Okay.
So what happened was Aaron and Billy, they're kind of like me. They don't open their presents before Christmas morning, and they don't want to know. They don't want to know. I didn't want to know. Right. It doesn't matter to me, and birthing babies, I was good at too, like cattle. You just reach in like a calf.
Right.
Yeah. And so they happened to get the tapes mixed up, or the video mixed up, and they saw. And I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna get in so damn much trouble about this. Billy says it's ultrasound, and they get them like in color, man. I've never seen so neat. It looked like a movie star already. And Billy goes, "Yeah, we're having another girl, and she's got the biggest you've ever seen."
Oh my God!
Man, I hope he still loves me after that.
Oh, he loves you.
I laugh for days.
No doubt.
And so, and then I'd been sick and we weren't communicating. We weren't being able to talk. And I had a message and called, and they wanted to know if they could name him after, if they could name him Jennings. And awesome. It was too big. They don't get it like I get it, and I don't want them to. I don't want them to know that feeling. but
Right.
it was so huge. What do you say to that? What do you say? What do you say? It was so huge. It was so huge. And
What you say to that
especially
is, I love you too.
man, as much as I love that family, as much as I, love Billy,
Right.
it was a big
That's what
thing.
you.
And then
But
I thought about
that's what you said to him,
about
right?
Warren and Warren's cute little baby, and I went, oh my God, Jennings and Cash. Now,
Oh my
now
goodness.
there's a run.
That's.
There's a run
Oh
for you.
yeah. You ain't lying. Wow, it's like time. Oh yeah.
Jennings and
We're
Cash.
gonna watch those.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we're gonna watch those two for sure. Most definitely.
So apparently, the outlaw world continues on.
It does. All right, so we're gonna get on some questions. Okay, so
I digress.
This one is. This one I guess I could answer. It's both, but dogs or cats.
Are you ready? Talk it to me.
You're talking to you. I love you. Jared, hi. Yes, that'll be a cool duo. Jennings and Cash for sure. Okay, dogs or cats, Barry? Both?
Do what?
Dogs or cats?
Are you me?
Both.
You just hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Go on the next one. Can't believe it.
Okay.
What?
Apples or oranges?
Well, where am I put the at? Let's see. I say I love them both.
I know you do.
I love them both. I love apples and oranges.
Both apples and oranges?
Where's my puppy? I do. I like them both. You know why?
Why?
Because I like peanut butter. I live down here, and this is a land of peanuts. We're known for peanuts.
It is.
And I like to dip an apple in some peanut butter. Good peanut butter, dude. Not that cheap
Yes.
stuff. They put the salt and sugar in it. Don't like that.
No.
And then every once in a while, a cold orange. A cold orange is so good. When I lived in the Florida Keys, man, they were so good. Orange. So I can't choose.
I like that.
I love them both.
Okay.
You know why? Because they're both appropriate in different moments, different times.
Yes. I feel the same way. And I like good peanut butter too. Just peanuts and oil. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
No crap.
And then, do you like puppies?
Oh, there she is.
You like puppies, or do you like kitties?
Molly. That's Molly, the motorcycle wonder dog. Molly. Oh, Molly. Look, Molly looks like she had a spa day. Oh, you take her for a spa day all the time, though.
Molly. Do you believe she asked that? Puppies or kitties? Man. You know this? That dog never bit me. That cat?
No. Sprocket bit me once. He's like something else.
Sprocket. That's apparently her job.
Yeah, very much so. Okay,
so we did apples and oranges, and I like them both. I don't think. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Hotel or camping?
Oh hell, camping. Well, you know what? Camping. I prefer camping. But I've been in a pretty swanky motel that I went, damn, it's raining outside. I'm glad I ain't camping.
I'm with you on that.
But
okay.
Yeah. I pull a pop-up camper behind my motorcycle. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I pulled one for 87,000 miles. Check this out. Y'all need this. I cannot. They're gonna think we staged this shit.
No.
This is an SLH trailer hitch off of a shovel head.
Oh shit!
If you want it, you can have it. You can pull a trailer. You can pull a camper. You can make your trailer. But Vivian and I and Rod, when we went and did that in Lenshow, when we went out there, we all slept in a pop-up camper. I pulled it behind my motorcycle.
I love it. That's fantastic. So you brought your own hotel to camp. That was pretty neat. I like that.
I like that. I camp with a motel.
Yes. Okay, so next question.
And it's a no-tell motel.
Yes. I know. She doesn't give up the secrets. That's too funny. Okay, so the next question is slow, fast, or faster?
What's the situation?
You pick anyone you want. The Harley twins last week.
I've had to do all of them. Well, everybody needs 3 motorcycles to start with, an old one, a new one, and a fast one. So there's your
Okay.
slow, there's your medium, and there's your fast. So
Okay.
slow depends on the situation. I like them all.
Okay.
I know
So
this. You don't
you
do
like
it.
to ride?
You don't do it in them 90-degree turns,
No.
Charlie.
No. Yes. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Okay.
Kilometers.
Kilometers. Sunshine or moonshine?
Woo! I've had good of both. You know what? They're both a blessing, but both a blessing that comes around, and you can get it the next time. If you miss that one, you get another one. I saw moonshine. I came hunting the other night, 2 nights ago. Kill smoking sunset, just sitting there, orange, orange, orange. All the pine trees back there, nice and cool. And there was a little crescent moon up there. What's up with that? Then the next morning, you see the sun coming up at twilight. You see the stars starting to fade away. Sun comes up. It's a new day. You lived. You made it. You're blessed again. And you're going to get blessed again because the sunshine is going to make another moonshine as soon as it goes away. So
I love it.
I like the whole rotation.
That is awesome. That's the best answer thus far. I like that. Nobody's answered it like that, and that's a good one. I like that. Okay, so
well, they need to camp more. They need to camp more.
They do in their own hotel that they bring on the back of their motorcycle. Okay, how long have you been riding?
Well, oh man, you talking about really riding, or the first time I ever rode something?
Right.
Man, Thomas Howell's not going to be watching this, but I got my mini bike right before I turned 13 years old. I was 12 years old, and I wasn't very good in school. And I asked my parents, "What do you want?" This really happened to me, and my parents and my mom told me it was the worst thing we ever did. I said, "If I can't have a mini bike for Christmas, I don't want anything." And they did that. They did that. I mean, I got stuff like a hand warmer, socks. Oh, they held the line. I went, well, hell, I'm gonna hold the line too. And so I was going into 7th grade. I said, if I make the honor row, and instantly laughter burst out all over the home, my sister and everybody else. Can I have a mini bike? Yes, you can.
Oh.
And I made the honor row.
Good job.
And they didn't do it.
No?
And my pop-up, Barry Nicholas Wardlaw, found out about it. And he gave me the money. Well, he gave me most of the money. I had to use some lawnmower money, and he was sure to take me. And got it in Western Auto. It was made in Nebraska. It was called a Mike bike, a Sensation Mike bike. You can still look them up. And so I was 12 years old. I was 12 years old, fixing to be 13 years old, and that was the first one. But I had ridden stuff before, but just momentary. A kid maybe at a park or something like that. But I was a bicycle nut, model builder. But yeah, one forever. Yeah. Anyway,
how long have you been wrenching on motorcycles? Long have you been riding them?
Well, when I got the mini bike,
right?
number 35 chain. I mean, it just pull cords. I mean, when you start, you get one, you start. Like, when did you start working on your tractor? The day I bought it.
The day you bought it, right?
But as a career, as a full-time hobby, I painted like apartments and ended up I did pretty dadgum good at it. And then I got a contract, Louisiana Bank and Trust. I would paint them and travelers insurance, and got some high towers, and I got apartment complex, swimming pool. So I was able to work at motorcycle shops because now I could afford to make a living. Because you couldn't make a living doing it wasn't no damn way. No. People that say that it's just not true. You can't.
Still the same way.
Okay, are you gonna buy tools? You're gonna eat? You're gonna honky tonk? You're gonna pay rent? Which one are you gonna do? You ain't right. And you only get to do one of them. That's
right.
That's the way it was. That's just a fact. Even if you're in a dealership, I know you know. I'm preaching to the choir. So
no, I got my first job at a motorcycle shop. I worked in 2 restaurants after, but during the day I worked the motorcycle shop so that I could get my parts at cost. Because even my 2 jobs couldn't afford all my rent and all that stuff and to buy motorcycle parts. So getting them at cost was a bonus.
Same philosophy. I love the motorcycles. I wanted to learn. I was just hungry for it. Kids today are hungry for it too. They talk about the new generation. That's not all. It's not all completely true, but I was so hungry for it. You know, in the past 3 days, in the past 4 days, I've talked to some great people. This morning was Chris Callen. I always love talking to Chris. I love that guy so much. The day before, 2 days before that was Keith Ball. The day before that was Michael McCluskey. And to be the little kid, that I'll tell you where I grew up. I got the mini bike. I don't have the mini bike yet. I'm riding my bicycle. I'm in a little tiny town. It's a 1 block long front street, and everything is on one side of the street. And across the street from that is a railroad and a depot, a working depot. No longer had passenger trains. They stopped the passenger trains in 1968 there, or 69, 68, but they still had freight. In fact, I got my Have a Heart trap at a train depot. That was awesome. I digress again, but
I love it.
But
you digress all you want.
Anyway, and I was just talking with Chris Callen about this morning. Our inside, the way we think, the way we believe, and stuff like that is very similar, very parallel. It is with Micah and Keith also. These are some of my favorite people in the world, as well as y'all. But I just these guys are. I love these guys. But I would read about Micah, when I would back then I was a kid, and then to end up doing work for them and do work with them and stuff is like. That's what I'm thankful for right there, man. That's the blessing I got. That's the blessing I got. I don't drive a Ferrari. I don't give a damn. What I got is your Ferrari can't touch what I got. And to have them call you and say, hey man, how you doing? Who's this? Michael McCluskey. So anyway, we were talking about this. I'm about to lose my damn train of thought.
She's reminding you.
I gotta have her. I gotta have her, the dog. So I would ride my bicycle down to McGee's drugstore, and Mr. McGee, and I would treat these things. I used this same phrase this morning with Chris. I would treat these things like the Dead Sea Scroll, these magazines, and I couldn't afford to buy them. Yeah. But Mr. McGee would let me copy them. So I would find the articles I liked, and I would take notebook paper, and I would write the articles. And so I really got to know the stuff well. Now, what did that say? Well, I can tell you what it said. Right. It's like writing your name on the blackboard or some shit. Mm-hmm. But so I do that. And then I go home and read that. Isn't that nuts? But no. Mr. McGee, and I would always put the magazine up so pristinely, just perfect, because I was really appreciative of him letting me do it. He knew I couldn't afford it. And yeah. So anyway, that's how I the hell were we talking about? Go ahead.
We were talking about wrenching, but now I want to ask you, so favorite rides, what's your favorite motorcycle to ride, and what is your most favorite route you've ever ridden or that you want to ride?
Oh, no way. There's no way. What's the let me ask you, Don, where's the best place you ever ate ribs? Shit, I can tell you about 10 of them. Man, I don't know. How do you do that? I've had so many. You know what? Just today, my doggone next door neighbor, I was telling him, I said, yeah, are you really going overseas? I said, yeah. And I said, and they wanted to talk about my dog. And I said, well, one time I took a dog up to the Yukon and Northwest Territories, Vancouver Island, went out there. And so I can't believe I'm having to say this story 2 times, or getting to. It's fortunate, actually. So let's go. We're going to talk about great rides right now. So I'd heard that about this great pastry called an apple skiver. And I believe it was Chris Bunch wrote about it in Chopper magazine. Now, I'm going back when I was 15, 16 years old. And it was a Dutch pastry. So I'm in Vancouver Island with Wendy on my gas tank on a pop-up camper. And I'm going to go to Port Hardy, which is a tip, and I'm going to take a ferry, and I'm going to get to Alaska. So I go there, and here is this quaint, and now it's San Juan de Fuca Straits right there. So we're looking at the oceans on the right-hand side, and on the other side of that water is British Columbia. So I'm riding my motor, and doggone, here's a white building with the blue all the boards are painted blue, the little the trim and everything, and it looks, well, hell, Dutchish, and it says the Dutch latch. Dang, and it's got the doors that do the Dutch latch thing. So I pulled in there, and I said, "Have y'all got an apple skipper?" And they did. It was freaking true. These things were true. Kind of like a bear claw from Clancy, Louisiana, to tell you the truth. But it was real. I couldn't believe it. And so I had me an apple skipper. We're talking about this ride. I'm getting to it. I ate the apple skipper, drank me some coffee, and I got out, and I got going. I looked out, and this is no kidding. I just told the story in my next door neighbor today. I looked down, and there's orcas. I mean, it's like Walt Disney's over there. Oh, yeah. Okay, pull the handle. The orcas are doing this in San Juan de Fuca Straits. Clear sky. You can smell the spruces blooming, rhododendrons, this freaking big, and there's eagles flying, bald eagles.
Oh yeah.
So I'm saying it 30 years later. Was that my favorite ride? No, but right there at the damn top, it was. I was stunned. Let me keep this moment. But I did a 3-hour sunset one time up in Alaska, Yukon. Let's see. We did. Oh my gosh, the thing when we went through the Great Basin, and then we did Beartooth, and we meet these people up at Beartooth, and Beartooth was rocking that day. It was just killer. The wildflowers could go back. The fields are alive. I mean, it was all over that kind of stuff. It was the real deal. And Vivian tumped her motorcycle over there too. I laughed at her. Oh, so that was amazing. And
there's something else.
Yeah, and we came out the number one. I never remember the name of the road. I'm a landmark driver. We went out the number one, the 1 o'clock road out of Yellowstone, and everything. Let me tell you this. So we're going out the 1 o'clock road out of Yellowstone, and we're heading to Montana. We get down into a valley, and these yellow wildflowers were just smoke. They're covering this place. It's green. This is a vast rolling valley with mountains on either side of us. There's a stream down there. The sun's going down. It's sunset, but it's still fairly light out. Way down in that stream. Woo, it's hard to say. I don't know why it makes me emotional. Is a man and his little daughter, 8-10 years old, and they're fly fishing. And I looked around and I went, man. So I can't pick one. I can pick a bunch of them, and I can describe a bunch of them because, fortunately, I've been gifted with a bunch, and I hope you have as well.
Yes.
There's just no way. There's just no way.
Alaska's at the top of my list too. That was one of the most beautiful encounters with nature. And I mean, because 0.1% of that state was touched by man when I was there. And I know you worked in Fairbanks for a while. I went from Fairbanks, and everybody came back, and they all stopped here, mid-Florida, whatever. And I'm like, Key West. They're like, what? We're going home. I'm like, how do you go from the northernmost point, and you're like 150 miles from the southernmost point? Why would you not make that whole trip? And I did. I left them all in the dirt.
Oh, yeah, you got to go. Going. You got to go. I mean, it's right there. Yeah.
It's right there. Exactly. But I love that. And I understand that about not being
there's really not an age limit in the bars in Fairbanks.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's a 2-tooth minimum.
2-tooth, and there's not a lot of women because
I
was doing laundry.
Did you hear me?
Yeah,
Athena,
I heard you. I heard you.
I'll be here all week. Don't forget to try the veal.
I love you.
Oh man.
Listen, I still have boobs and around butts. Just
Fairbanks, Alaska.
That's how I was born.
You don't lose your old lady. You just lose your turn.
Oh my God. Okay, so what is your absolute favorite song?
What?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
You can. Absolute favorite song. Now, see, I send these questions beforehand because they require thought.
I can't do that, but I do have one that harkens a memory to me about my mama.
Okay.
I damn sure do. My mother was a whistler. Man, she could blooming whistle. And she used to, and what's the name of that? How Green Is My Valley? That's the name. How Green Is My Valley. And it stirs me inside emotionally. But is it my favorite? No. But that one, and the other one was my pop up. That doggone Barry Nicholas Wardlaw's back again. He used to, man, you get these emotional things going. I don't like all that. Wow, hard to talk about. I've got his typewriter over here. Talked about Chris Callender that this morning too. A lot about it. He's my. They said he couldn't walk on water, but I seen it. My pop up was everything. But there's this old song called Humoresque, and he used to. My God, I'm seeing it right now. I'm seeing it right now, and it was a song called Humoresque, and he would sing that to me. So those two evoked the most emotions in me, I would say, because the connection to the people I loved, and from a time long gone.
That's a good answer.
But yep, those were powerful moments. Let me ask you this: what's your
yes.
worst ride? What's your worst ride? I got one of them.
My worst ride? Oof. I can't. They were all good, no matter what happened. You know. Like...
Woo! Give me. Give
my
me
worst.
Where's that? Hang on, I'm getting my liars.
Turn this around. Wait a second. I'm interviewing you, not the other way around. Next question.
You know, did you ever see that picture that Rogue took of me with my motorcycle upside down coming back from Sturgis? I hit that tire 90 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. That was a pretty good ride. I like that one. I like that one. I made that one. I like that one, man. That was a good one.
Look, survived it, right? So the next question. My next question is, who is your childhood hero and why?
My pop-up. Barry Nicholas Wardlaw, my pop-up. I've had a lot of people, you know, we use the term hero, and it's kind of loosely, you know, and when I say that, you know, we're not talking about people that stormed the beaches on D-Day, and, you know, we're not talking about that when we say the hero, but so I try to reserve that word to mark those types of people. So when I have people that I look up to, not like a baseball hero or something like that, I use the term my mentor from afar, and that's how I look at them. The Michael McCluskeys and those, they didn't know that. They didn't know they were important to any kid out there, but they were. In the motorcycle world,
that's the next question. The next question.
Pardon me?
I said that's the next question. Who's your motorcycle hero and why?
I don't have one, but I have one that helped me. I don't. Oh, there's. I could go down. I could go down a list. That helped me get to where I am. But a big one was Dave Kashalik, my buddy Dave Kashalik. He started the Harley Davidson program at MMI. I'm walking down a hall one day, and he goes, "Hey, man, they're gonna start a motorcycle Harley Davidson program here." And I had just graduated. I was fixing to leave, and he said, "Would you like to be in it?" I said, "Yep." And I was the first one he signed up at the top of the list. And I'm in the first graduating class. We painted the floor. First graduating class of MMI Harley Davidson, 1982, October 25th, 1982.
Very
I was the guy. And I was the
guy.
It was all. But Dave, he came to see Vivian and I 6-7 months ago, something like that. And it was 40 years had passed. It's been 40 years. It was 40 years, October. And it was like we had never been apart. It was awesome. But he was a huge one. Tommy Smith, huge mentor. But Dave is the cat. But as far as the older people that did that, James Wallace Harley Davidson, Shreveport, Louisiana. W.H. Jones, Walter Jones, El Dorado, Arkansas. I have a lot of his stuff here. It's on my knucklehead. He used to write me letters on Harley Davidson stationery. An incredible story about this guy. There's so many. There's so many that affected my life, and they shared a lot of stuff with me. But Dave Kashalik was a big deal for me, and he's still doing good. and he lives in Prescott, Arizona, and his wife is big in the motorcycle world. Teresa, I mean, she's big. Worked with Harley Davidson. I mean, these are some swanky cats.
Yes, definitely. I know. And Don, his favorite at MMI because he graduated in 1991. But Al Hollingsworth was there. He was an instructor there. That was somebody that touched him too. But MMI was a fantastic place. So thanks to Dave for having you in there and carrying on with the rest of all these guys. So
it saved my butt. People used to make fun of it and whatnot. It saved my butt. I worked in 5 motorcycle shops before I went to MMI. And like the fuel, I had liberated a car. And we drove till we had to go to sleep. And it was in Phoenix, Arizona. I went, man, I remember I rode a motorcycle school out here one time. And I wrote to him and we went to go visit it. And I walked into one room and they had more equipment in that one room than all 5 motorcycle shops I had worked at combined. And I went,
right,
this is it. When can I sign up? Yeah, we do a class every 6 weeks, so it's going to be sometime in April. I said, what? They said, well, we have a class that starts this Thursday. And I live in Louisiana. He said, we have a class that starts Monday, but I'll be here Monday morning. What? I was there Monday morning with my knucklehead.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
That is.
And away we went. Yeah, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. Probably saved my dadgum life.
I understand that. All right, next question. What is your favorite road food?
My favorite road food?
Mm-hmm.
Food like eating?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. In the 80s, it was whatever I could get a hold of. Man, anything but that dadgum Underwood potted meat. Who the heck eats that stuff? I got my dad. Get that stuff out of here, man. Come on.
That's gross. Oh, I agree. That's gross. Geez. That is gross.
Oh man, I'm thinking about it right now. And it always has dust on the top of it too. I don't know who's eating it, but not very many people. I bet them people are broke as hell. Man, what do I say? Man, let's pull over and get some. I'm trying to think that. Let's pull over and get some anything. I want some anything. What would if I had to pick? I'd have to go with some ribs. That's what I do. I'd go get ribs.
Yeah.
But I don't always get that. And then sometimes when you get them, you wish you wouldn't have.
Yeah, right. Or they last for a few days. Right, exactly. They stay with you. Okay, so this question is you're going to tell me it's not possible, but so nobody can ever pick one. What are your 2 most cherished motorcycle memories?
Ooh. Ooh. Most cherished motorcycle memory?
Mm-hmm.
Does my mini bike count?
That can count for one of them.
Damn right it counts.
It's the first one.
Hang on, I'm trying to get it out. Tough. My doggone pop-up. Spending money that he did not have.
Right.
To honor my honor roll.
For a schoolboy. See?
That was a big
Probably
deal.
said schoolboy on the title to your mini bike big too, deal. I bet.
It was because it was about I worked hard, I got it, and he honored it.
Right.
And that was a big deal. And he didn't have it. He didn't have it. No. The whole tuberculosis thing. Tuberculosis built Albuquerque, New Mexico. And my pop-op was part of that. And he wasn't no doctor. You get what I mean? Yes. I held his death card. Vivian's seen it. I'm writing a whole story about him. And we've got pictures over here, not 15 feet from me, on the main street of Albuquerque, New Mexico. And there's only 5 buildings in there. My pop-op took that picture. It's 1918. It's tuberculosis. That's what happened. And he didn't have a pot to piss in. And he went and got me in my mini bike.
That's awesome.
What was the question? What was the other question?
Well, I said you could pick one of your 2 most cherished.
You don't know how I got my knucklehead. I got my pearl knucklehead, pearl sitting right there, and It's crazy, man. I ended up, oh my gosh. Y'all want to Google Kenneth Rainwater. Google Kenneth Rainwater and see what happened to this cat. This was a crazy story. I tried to get this motorcycle for about 2 years. I tried to get the whole stash and whatnot. But my doggone daddy had me put in jail. What? Yep, sure did. But that's what happens when parents can do not good things when you're getting a divorce, you know. And so he didn't have me put in jail. What I did is I signed a document that I thought was real, and it wasn't true, and I didn't know that. But my parents knew it. And so my future stepdad, years later, gonna be my stepdad years later, because it had to do with a bank and whatnot, the FBI. He calls the FBI and he had been a campaign guy with Senator Bennett Johnson in Louisiana, and Bennett Johnson called the FBI and said, "Here's what's really going on." And so when I got out of that, my aunt and my mom, feeling bad, loaned me the money, and I paid every bit of it back to get my 41 knucklehead Pearl. And she's still with me. I was 19 years old. That was February 2nd, 1976.
Nice. That is awesome. Those are two great memories. I love those. All right. So the next question. If money didn't matter and you could take a road trip on your motorcycle anywhere, where would that be and with who?
I'm going to do it. 2024. I got the money.
I love it.
I love 2024. Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm excited because you're not only taking one great person with you, you have 3 great people that are going with you, and you guys are going to have so much fun. I can't wait to follow that trip. And I might just fly out there when you guys are in Italy and Sicily and see you.
Oh yeah, you should. Yeah, you should.
Would love
hey, we'll rent some of those Vespas and wear some of those 60 clothes and run around and eat cheap bread and drink wine.
As long as we don't have to go too far up, I don't go off the cliff or something
and maybe
like
stay.
that.
Oh, let's do it. Yeah.
All right. So next is we would like you to tell us something good about yourself that others may not know.
Don't lie.
What? Something good about myself that others don't know?
That they might not know. Some of us might, but others might not know.
It's my real hair.
I love it. Yay. That's a great answer. Okay. That is fantastic. So then the next thing, the last thing, tell us your 5 good things for this day, this week, whatever it is. Share 5 good things in your life with us. Positive 5 good things. I know you got those.
5 good things right now? Today?
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Woo! My CT scan came back a negative.
Nice.
I'm sharing time with some dear friends right now. My girl came home today.
Yeah.
Come home. Woo! And you know, them bitches I make great hips. I'm just saying. My bills are paid. And my buddy Lencho Lasoya went to heaven.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much. You just don't even know. You made my evening. I am so happy that you made time to be here with me. And especially since Miss Vivian came back today. And I know that you guys are, ready to go share some of that love in time. But I'm glad that you took time out for us here. I know. She's already chasing you around. She's throwing things at you. That's like pulling pigtails and things like that.
I like pigtails.
I know you do. I love you very much, and thank you so much.
I love you too, dear. Are we done?
I'm going to go on to my next segment. So, you got a grape for me? I'll take it.
You're great. Okay, good girl. That's my girl.
All right.
I have one too.
I love you. I love you.
Too.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Yep.
Right. Now this is the picture that he has. There's the camera up here. So right above the camera.
Well, I kept looking down below.
He was supposed to be looking at the camera. So to remind him to be looking at the camera, he drew a picture of you and he put it up. And he put it up by the camera. So it's been sitting up there by the camera. So this is what he's been looking at for the whole time.
Little boys need direction. This is Athena in the morning, not Athena after dark.
I love, yes, everybody's, they've seen me. You've seen me in the morning. Miss Boots, hi, Gypsy. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Too.
Have a nice day off. Make sure she takes the whole day off tomorrow. Don't let her do anything. I know you're going to pamper her. And
it won't take much.
Dote all over her. Right. You just stay right there next to her and leave the bed.
I'm going to work on Ken Parker's motor.
Okay. All right. Good Lord. Timothy Whitehead says, good Lord. Okay. Love you. Mwah, night. Thank you. All right. Wow. That is so amazing. See, we have the most incredible friends, incredible people in the industry that we get to know a little bit about who they are and what makes them who they are. That's what this show's all about. That's what I love about doing it. And yeah, we ran a little over, but thanks everybody for tuning in. Barry made everybody's evening, Ron. Thank you for tuning in. I am so, so happy everybody came in. Doug, that was great. It was great. I'm so excited. Doug, you're going to have to come and be, all you guys are going to have to come and be on the show. Timothy already said he's going to be on the show. Ron, let me know. And Doug, you too. We can talk about your trip and all the good stuff that you did. I was watching you. All right. So I'm going to give everybody my 5 good things. My first 5 good things is that I am lucky enough to have wonderful people in my life, like our good friends, Sir Barry and Miss Gypsy. 2, I have my wonderful family, which are my children, my grandson, my wonderful husband. Thing 1 over here, Uncle Larry, Uncle Eddie. Uncle Larry's been in the hospital. We just took him to a rehab center today so he can get back on his feet physically because he had 4 surgeries in 3 days. What a trooper. I've been running back and forth again, bags under my eyes. It's okay. You know, you do what you got to do in this world. I'm also very grateful for, let's see if I can put this into the right words. Loving and being loved. I guess that's pretty much how it goes. You get what you put out in the world. And when it comes back to you, it's a wonderful, incredible thing. And tonight is just a part of that. Like the love that we all share for each other. And thing 1, I fed him first though. Dawn was craft services tonight. It was Chick-fil-A because we don't have a kitchen here, but we're getting back to it. It's good. And then of course, my final good thing is, that I get to be here with you all doing this little show right here, right now. So I'm grateful for that. And then I have my afterthought. I didn't put the afterthought in. Usually I put it on the prompter to kind of give me like bullet points. Tonight I have a good one. The word matriarch. Matriarch. Okay, so a lot of people don't think about it. It's like the woman in the family who, you know, she's the matriarch. She is the one everyone looks up to, the one that takes care of everything, the one that, you know, goes on and does whatever anyone needs. So in my family, my mom's mom, my dad's mom are both gone. My mom's gone. So I look around just recently and realized that I'm it. I'm the matriarch of our family. One day my daughter will be. But how crazy. And what I realize is that life has prepared me for that. As much as I'd like to say, I don't know if I can do that job, I've already been rooted for it, prepared for it, and do the best I can with what I have to do. And I'm so grateful for that. That's an important job in this world. And you don't really realize it until you get there and others count on you and love you and, you know, look to you for inspiration, kind words, wisdom, sometimes just somebody to scream at. I'm good with that too, you know, when you got to get it out. So yeah, matriarch. If you have one in your family and you're blessed to do so, make sure you thank her because wow, is that a lot of shit to all of a sudden realize you're responsible for. So it's a great job though. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I'll always dye my hair just so that I don't look like a matriarch. Bags and sags and whatever. But the gray hair, we'll keep that away. It's in a box. Color in a box. Yay. All right. And then, of course, don't forget, smile big with your heart. Not for any one person or group. Do it just for you. And remember to be kind to yourself and others. It matters. Chopper on, everyone. Thanks for staying tuned. Thanks for hanging out with us a little longer. And next week, we're going to have another fantastic guest. I will send the announcements out early. Thanks, everybody, for putting in all your feedback. And remember, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to YouTube. And stay tuned as we get better at this. Love to all. Good night. Chopper on. Say thank you, everybody. So, everybody, thank you. Yeah, that's what the prompter says. Say thank you, everybody. So, thank you, everybody. All right. And remember, go ahead and shoot out your 5 good things. Ask Athena at AthenaAfterDark@AOL.com. Hey, I didn't even have to read the prompter for that. All right. Good night, all. Love you.